Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to give everyone just a minute to pop in here before we get started, but I'm happy to have you all here. And I'm excited. I'm super excited to talk about AI, specifically ChatGPT, because I know we hear this a lot. And it's like, I know a lot of people that I talk to, like, I don't even know what it is. I don't know how to use it. And it can feel like it's intimidating, but I promise you it's not. I'm going to break it down, give you the no BS, all the things that you actually need to know about using it in your business and to help you. So let's see, we've got a few people in the waiting room here. So first, to get this kick started, I would love it if everybody in the chat real quick would just put your name, where you sell real estate, just so we have an idea of where everybody's at. I will start. I'll just let you guys know. So, and this is going to be interactive. So as we go out throughout it, you guys will have a chance at the end. I will do a Q&A with things. And I'd also, so pop in here first, also not only your name and where you sell real estate, but also if there's anything in particular, like goals that you have for this webinar, or maybe questions you might have, I guarantee you, I probably going to hit most of them. But if there's something particular you are just burning to know about AI or how to use it in your business, pop it in there, no problem. And I can kind of look through those things as we go along. So I would love to first just let you all know that I am real estate agent. I'm also a coach. I've got a team locally and nationally, and you can find out more information about that at any of the bios in my social media accounts. And we'll go over more of that later. But I, again, just welcome if you're just popping in here. Super excited to talk to you about AI and how to use ChatGPT in your business. So it looks like we've got people, we've got North Carolina, Southwest Washington. Ooh, look at you, Wyatt. Georgia, Maine, and Texas. Andrew, Oregon. Kayla, Bama babe. Love it. Love it. Love it. So yes, put in there anything as you think about it, if there's anything particular you want to know. But first, let's break down. Let me pull up some info here. We're going to start off by just simplifying what it is that ChatGPT is. And I'm going to give you the no BS breakdown of it. So we're going to go over what it is, just plain and simple, how to sign up for it too, even. I'm going to share my screen, show you literally, you log in, you create an account, super easy. Also, we're going to talk about how you apply that to real estate, and then the art of crafting prompts, because what you put into the system dictates what your outputs are. So that's super important when you're going to use it, because it's only going to be as good of a tool as you know how to use it. And then implementing it into your daily workflows and having it help replace or at least supplement what you're already doing on a regular basis, and hopefully save you time in your business. So I have seen firsthand that I've been using it for months, and I have really honed in on the way that it's going to work best and actually improve your time and take some things off of your plate, especially creativity, things that you can't even quantify, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, just sitting down there trying to think of words to put down in an email or a property description. So I promise you, it does way more than you even can imagine it can do. What's up, Juan? Portland metro area. Carrie from Ohio. What's going on? So yeah, so if you just popped in here, put your name, where you sell real estate, and any goals or questions that off the bat that you know you want to cover today. So let's start off with, okay, just plain and simple, what is ChatGPT? So ChatGPT, it was developed by a company called OpenAI. Doesn't really matter, who cares, but that's just details, okay? So ChatGPT is essentially it's a language model that when you input information, it is smart enough to give you an output, okay? So essentially, anything that you tell it to do, it has learned the entire internet for 2 years straight. So its last update, it knows 2 years worth of information on the internet up to September of 2022. Again, don't really need to know that, or excuse me, 2021. But just so you know, that's its level of comprehension at this point. Will that expand? Absolutely. But most importantly, it's like just having a conversation with a genius, like with someone that literally knows everything. So that being said, it is not like something that you purchase as a software, like for example, something that where you use a tool and you input in it, and let's say it only has a hard code set of rules. So it's so much more flexible than most software that doesn't learn. So like, for example, if you purchase like Excel, an Excel spreadsheet, right? Or Google Drive, you pop in information. If you input something that doesn't make sense or that it doesn't understand, it's going to give you an error code. Whereas ChatGPT, it might say, hey, I don't have enough context for that. And you might have to give it more information, but it's smart enough to know what it is that you need to include in that, as far as, you know, or add and expand to what it is that you're asking it to do. Does that make sense? So it responds directly to your inputs in a smart way versus just something that has a hard set of rules. Okay. So when we move into figuring out, okay, how does this apply? How do we get this thing to understand what it is that we want to do in our real estate business, and how does that apply? So just as an example, a couple things it can do. It can write a property description. Okay, so you can, and I actually did this. This is crazy. So the first time that I actually tried this, I did it on an investment property of mine that was brand new construction. And I inputted information. I said, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I need a property description in X amount of words or characters. And I told it some basic information. It is new construction located in this community. It's got this many beds, bathrooms, and it's, you know, whatever, this type of style. Write me a property description with this many characters. And the things that it said, it blew my mind. And I'm like, this is powerful. Now I don't have to spend, I don't know about you. Some people here are super creative and love writing, right? I don't know, me, I'm like, I'm a bullet point person. Just tell me the facts. And I know I need to make it a little bit bubbly and a little bit entertaining. So ChatGPT fills in those gaps for me, because that's something that I need help with, right? And I feel like a lot of people are nodding your heads, because you're like, yep, I get that. And writing the property description is literally the thing I want to do last every single time I put a listing live, because I'm like, this takes the most time. Okay, so it can do things like that. You can ask it to create an entire email campaign. Let's say you want to do a weekly newsletter, a monthly newsletter. I transitioned from a monthly newsletter to my past clients, my sphere, my database, to a weekly one, because specifically ChatGPT made my life easier, because you can input prompts that says, hey, give me a weekly newsletter for an entire year with topics including XYZ. My ideal client is this. And I'm going to give you guys all of these example prompts so that you can leave here and be like, I know exactly what to input, how that it can help me. Another thing that you can do, other than, you know, property descriptions, email campaigns, you can get social media content ideas from ChatGPT. Specifically, you can say, I want to do content around that. I'm a real estate. Again, you're telling it who you are, how you want it to act as, and then give you a perspective based on that. And maybe you're somebody that you have a niche that's on the coast and you sell beach properties. You let it, hey, I want content, you know, social media content surrounding people who want to live at the beach and at the coast in this particular area. You can ask it its opinion even. So although ChatGPT does not have feelings, you're not going to hurt its feelings if you call it a bad name, but you can ask it its opinions based on the information that it's learned. Because you guys, the internet, as you know, is not just facts. There are people's opinions out there, and it actually knows and understands both sides, or all 7 sides of a story, based on what's out there on the internet. So you can actually ask it opinions, not just give me market stats in Portland, Oregon, right? It can actually tell you way more fun things than that. Also, what questions do you get asked every single day? The same ones over and over and over again. You can have it write text responses, email responses of questions that you get all the time. And if you sell real estate, you know that it's same shit, different day, right? Like in selling a house, the process of selling a house. Sure. Are there certain circumstances that come up that you're like, oh, I've never dealt with a party line in a septic system or a sewer line or whatever. Like, okay, I'll have to figure that out. But there are questions and processes that are the same all the time that you can have just automatic responses teed up that ChatGPT wrote for you that are clear, concise, to the point, and fit almost any scenario. So those are just a handful of ways that I've started to integrate ChatGPT into my business and utilize it that way. So I'm going to stop right there. Is there anything else? Actually, raise of hands. Who is actually using ChatGPT in their business right now? Cool. Okay. So a couple of you. I know some of you are on video, so I can't see you, but this is great because we are going to talk about just obviously base level knowledge. And if you're not totally okay, you're not behind, because literally there are so many people that are right now even refusing to use it because they just don't understand it and they're afraid to learn. So I actually want to congratulate you for coming here and actually being willing to be like, okay, what's this about and how do I use it? Because you guys, hear this, AI, ChatGPT will not replace us as real estate professionals. The professionals that know how to use and leverage AI will be the ones that replace other real estate agents that refuse to learn. Do you remember? And I'm going to, just so you guys know, I'm going to demo some prompts for you here in just a little bit of all the things I was just talking about. But do you remember, some of us are like not even old enough to remember this, but some of us are, that when email came around, you guys, literally people said that it was a fad and that it would fade. Okay. Literally, we use email all the freaking time, and social media again, when social media came again, oh, it's just a fad. That's not, you're not actually going to gain traction and get followers with that or get business from that. TikTok, same thing. Some of you might be haters of TikTok. You shouldn't be, because it's literally the easiest place to organically grow. And it is literally my number one source. And if you didn't know, I got banned for literally no reason. So go follow my new backup account, Estate of Jen Official, while I'm trying to get back my original account. So anyway, just, you have to be a person that's open and willing to learn in real estate and then adapt. If you don't adapt, you're going to fall behind. Okay. So I'm happy that you guys decided to come here and learn all the things, because it literally just takes a little bit of effort and you can implement this immediately. And if there's something, you can even ask ChatGPT. I keep saying ChatGPT, ChatGPT. If you don't know what to ask it, you can even tell it, say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I'm trying to utilize this system to create content or whatever. Like, what questions should I ask to help you generate whatever, help you help me type of a thing. So it's so far beyond. It can do so many more things that you can even realize. And let's just dive in to the system. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to show you my account that I've got and exactly how it works and what it looks like. So give me 1 second here. I've got it pulled up. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to plug in some prompts here and show you what I'm talking about. So when you guys log in, can you guys all see my screen or see my window? Thumbs up if you can't. Okay. So you guys, it's so not scary. I promise you. There are 2 different versions of ChatGPT at this current time that we're here. There's ChatGPT 3.5, which is the free version. You literally just go to the website and click create an account, put in your email password, and boom, it will look just like this for you. So you can use this for free. You don't even have to pay for it. ChatGPT 4 is paid. I think as of right now, I think it's $25 a month. Okay. So super, super affordable. And it gives you more inputs. So it gives you, and it's less buggy and whatever, but it literally doesn't matter. So start off with the free version, ChatGPT, if it doesn't matter. So the 3.5 version, when you get this started, literally all you have to do is click new chat, and a couple just quick things. The new chat will be a blank. It's literally like a message system where you input your message, and then you'll just have like a conversation, just like you would have with a customer support down at a business job that they have chat bots down below. Hey, how can I help you? And you input something and then they respond in a message. That's literally all it is. So there is zero learning curve to starting this. So one thing too, though, that I should notice about say about the free version versus the paid, The paid is going to function better. It's going to give you more opportunities to input stuff, and it's going to be faster versus and especially as more users start to get onto it, it crowds the server sometimes. And so that's what I mean by, you know, less buggy. But at the beginning, when you're just messing around with it, again, 3.5 is good enough to just play with. So when you start a new chat, something to remember is that when you start with a particular topic or subject or purpose, you want to maintain and stay in that lane. For example, if I were going to start asking it to give me social media content ideas, and then I wanted to work on an email workflow follow-up newsletter for my sphere, I want to create a brand new chat for that. So just think of like, hey, one topic per chat. You can expand on it. You can, hey, okay, great. You gave me 50 social media content ideas. For number one, can you expand on 3 creative ways that I could create videos on that first idea you had? Like, that's okay. You can break it down and, you know, spider web within that. And then another cool thing is that you can actually save these. So, and I'll go into that, but let's just hop into a prompt real quick. Does anybody have like, hey, you want like a specific prompt? I have a couple here, but is there anybody that's like, hey, I'm dying to know something particular, or have it write a property description? I'll pick one if no one has anything.
For me, just content for social media.
Okay. Content for social media. Jamie, were you saying something?
Yeah, I have a very specific one. Just as an example, I was walking around. Sorry, my kids are being crazy, but I was walking around my neighborhood last night, my new neighborhood, and there's tons of palm trees. Like, so I was going to make a video talking about how this neighborhood has like 20 palm trees. Like, everyone has palm trees. So very specific, but that's one.
Got it. Okay, cool. So let's start with this. I have this one teed up, so I'm going to do this real quick because this is like super simple, but we'll definitely do social media and what you guys are talking about. So, for example, write a description for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-family home in downtown Houston with a newly renovated kitchen, spacious backyard, and proximity to quality schools and shopping centers. Now, I'm even going to add to this prompt real quick. Okay. Act as a real estate agent. Okay, so tell it who you are, like, and who you want it to act like. So, for example, I actually had there was not like a bad legal situation, but something where like I wanted an email I wanted like, hey, write this as if you were a lawyer, because I wanted to be like very commanding, like in a particular setting. So like, hey, write this as if you were a lawyer, right? Act as a real estate agent. That's probably what you're going to say most of the time. Okay, act as a real estate agent. Write a description. Let's just see what it gives us. Welcome to downtown. And this is, again, you guys, you know what? 2 things I forgot, which is totally fine. Look at how long this description is. I don't know about your MLS. My MLS is saying, I need like half that amount of words, right? Half that amount of characters. So if you forget something and you're like, oh, shoot, then, okay, then you can say, rewrite in half the amount of characters. Or you can say, make it shorter, whatever, like it is clear and concise as it is. Okay, perfect. Oops. Sometimes it does buggy things like that. Oh, it's like, no, see, okay, but it learns. So as good as the information goes in, is as good as the output that you're going to do. It obviously misunderstood me in certain ways. And this is literally your live seeing how you are going to struggle. There's a learning curve with like, okay, what does it actually need? So I want the original output, but make it shorter. Let's see what it does there. Here we go. Wow, not that short. Okay, so this is what is like how you get through it and are like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Take the original prompt and write it for MLS. There we go. So they're going to tailor it down. And again, you can, and I've had to actually do it where I say, hey, I want 500 characters, because for my MLS, I can do up to 500 characters. Okay. So you can tell it to do that. Now, when we read it, oh, you guys, you know what? I just realized I'm not in ChatGPT 4.0. This is another thing too. So when I'm in 4, it's a lot, it is actually a lot smarter. So that's why. So just, if you can pay for it, $25 a month, do it. It's worth it. So you take this description, welcome to downtown Houston, living at just find this charming single family home, blah, 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 blah. And as you can see, it took all the creativity out for me, who has someone who's like, hey, I have all the bullet points about this. Just add the flower to it, right? And now it sounds awesome. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to own a piece of downtown Houston. Schedule your private viewing today, whatever it is. Now, really quickly, you can take this and you can say, now write an IG post. Oops, caption is what I meant to say. But boom, it already knew what I was talking about. It added emojis. It added a title, whatever. So like you can literally have this, take it any way you want, and also help you with your social media. And it knows tone, you guys. So now rewrite in an upbeat, relaxed, but confident tone. Okay. So we'll just look at the differences. Here we go. So see, looking for the perfect urban oasis, looking for this delightful single family home features 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, blah, blah, blah. That was just the intro for the original one. Now it says, prepare to be enchanted by this amazing single family home that effortlessly blends urban convenience with suburban tranquility. They're saying the same thing, but just in a whole different vibe, right? So it's like, depending on who who the ideal client is for the particular property that you're selling, you can tell it to do that. The most common type of person that's going to purchase this beachfront condo is an investor who wants to use this as a second home, but also Airbnb it out. Use verbiage that would attract that type of client. Okay, so you can see how you can start thinking of more ideas and play off of it. So for example, you could even expand this. Write an email to send to my client database. Ooh, I could spell. And see what it says. They even make small, simple paragraphs for you, which is fantastic. They even put it in like you could literally copy paste and just make sure it all sounds good. One thing you do need to know, please, 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 please do not trust it blind confidence. You need to proofread every single thing that you take from here and end up putting out there. So I don't care if it's an email, I don't care if it's social media, whatever it is, you definitely still have to proofread, because sometimes it'll say funky words, or it might, I want to rewrite a sentence to make it sound more like me. But if you like the output, then just say yes. Just so you guys know, you can just write it. It's more simple than you even think. I can take this and say, write a tweet, and it'll do that too. Boom. So it knows that, hey, tweets are shorter and condensed. So boom, this is the, gives the information, gives me a couple hashtags even on it. So this is like, literally, you can create all of your digital marketing that you need for a listing just by coming here to ChatGPT and creating all of it right here. So let's do another prompt. One that I really like is a negotiation prompt. So sometimes I know I get a lot of agents. So you guys, I coach agents all over the place on a regular basis. And most of the time they call me and they say, hey, what's your opinion about this scenario? I've got a difficult listing agent. We've done XYZ in this scenario. Here's the setup. Here's what's happening so far. This is the vibe that I'm getting from them. And, so I'm going to show you like what I would do on getting its opinion, but literally, because remember from the beginning, I said it can give you an opinion. So I'm going to give you an example prompt of this. So you can literally use it in your negotiations. If you're like, ooh, what's my next play? What should I do? All right, let me grab this really quick. Here we go. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to completely abort mission on this one. And by abort mission, I mean, leave it here and just create a new chat, but I will leave it because it does save all of your chats that you've done. And you can actually now share these with other people. So if you've got a team or an assistant or something, and or a VA, and you want to send them the property description, you can send them this directly, and they can play around with it for you, whatever. They can collab with you. Okay. I'm actually going to pop back over to ChatGPT-4. Okay. So now I'm in a completely new chat. Literally that's all you have to do. So this is my example prompt. A potential buyer has offered $50,000 less than asking price on a mid-century modern home in Palm Springs. As a realtor representing the seller, draft a response that maintains a positive relationship, but firmly communicates the value of the property. How many times have we been in a situation like that? Then to top this one off, I'm going to say, write this like Chris Voss. Those of you who know Chris Voss, he's an expert negotiator. So I want it to be in right? Because we're in negotiations here, right? Let's see what it says. Ooh. And it said draft a response. It's assuming an email, right? I'm going to have it also write me a text. But how cool is this, you guys? You don't need, like, you can take the emotion out of it, just give it the facts of what's going on, and it's going to give you this output. Now, again, you take this, if you wanted it to be short, if me personally, if it's an email like this, I want it to be shorter than this in most cases. But as you'll see, because I said I want to maintain a positive relationship, let me just read this for you, okay? Because I think you're going to be impressed with, and by the way, I don't know if you guys just saw that over here on the screen. It will summarize what you're doing and then label it for you, which is, again, just detail, but cool. So dear whatever, I hope this was very well. Thank you for your interest in our stunning mid-century modern home in Palm Springs and for presenting us with your offer. I understand that finding the right home at the right price is your top priority, and I respect the careful consideration that has gone into your proposed figure. However, I'd like to take a moment to revisit the unique value this property offers. Blah, 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 talking about how fantastic it is. The location, da, 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 da. Again, I would probably pare that down a little bit. This is where like your expertise comes in and says, these are the reasons why this property is fantastic and is worth what we listed it for. And you can also include things like, we've had 10 showings the first week we've had it listed, and the market's starting to heat up, right? So this is why AI is not going to replace you. But if you using this in combination with your experience and who you are, that's what's going to be fire. Okay. Then it moves on to the asking price reflects these unique factors. It considers the architectural significance, prime location, blah, 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 blah. While I understand that the gap between your offer and our listing price is significant, I believe it's crucial to recognize the unique attributes of the home that justify its value. That said, I appreciate your efforts in coming forward with an offer, and I'm confident we can engage in a productive dialogue to find common ground. Could we perhaps revisit the terms of your offer, keeping in mind the distinct value proposition that this property presents? Once again, thank you for your, I would not come up with that. That was professional, clear, concise, and literally you can work with this, right? How many people, if you had this as a just base knowledge, and then to rewrite from here, how freaking fantastic would that be? Now, write it shorter in a text. Okay. So let's say you're texting somebody back and forth. Boom. There you go. To me, this is like when I started doing this, you guys, I have inputted even more intricate situations and details. I'm just giving you like bare minimum type stuff. You could even go further into detail and be like, so far, the buyer's agent, like buyer's agent's personality type is this. This is how they've communicated with me so far. I come at it with an approach of this. My strengths and weaknesses are this as a negotiator, or whatever. Like you can give it whatever information that you already know as the expert. And I want to do this too. Now respond to the Karen archetype. She's a pain. So anyway, literally, it knows and understands modern day examples and features of things that we talk about in our everyday language. So as you can see, you can even have it help you do the negotiation stuff. So do you guys want to see another prompt? I know we've got Victoria, you wanted social media. Let's do one more prompt just to show you that specifically with social media. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go rogue here because I had something else that was more like general marketing based. So we're gonna do a new chat, brand new thing. You want, let's call it 50 social media content ideas. Victoria, what do you want social media content around?
Home sellers.
For sellers. Okay, tell me a little bit about your ideal seller client. Just like 3 bullet points.
30 to 40 years in age, has kids, price point $450 to $750.
Okay, this is what we're going to do first. So what we're going to do is before I ask it to give me social media content ideas for this, I'm going to have it craft us an ideal client profile. Act as a realtor and create an ideal client profile of people who are, you said 30 to 40 years of age, have kids, home prices, $450K to $750K. Okay. Yep. And this is, again, you can just do a list with commas like this. Anything else about Victoria that you said that I missed? Nope. Good to go. Okay. Let's just see what that gives us. We could have added a location too. Cool. Okay. So you've got demographic information, 2 adults, 2 children. Oh, they even got specific. It's 2 adults, 2 children. Their occupations, professionals with stable income, suburban area with good schools and family-friendly amenities. Here's their budget, the property type that would be most likely. Again, if we even gave it a location, it would be even more specific about home preferences. So as you can see, boom, you could use this. Now we're going to create social media content around this. Lifestyle preferences, family-oriented, outdoor activities, entertainment, social life, blah, blah, blah. Additional consideration, long-term investment, future planning, financial stability, good communication. Is there anything, and this is another question too, is there anything else you need to know to enhance this output? It'd be helpful to know the specific, boom, look at this. To further enhance the output, it would be helpful to know the specific location or region where the Johnson family is looking to buy a home. This information will allow me to consider factors such as local market trends, neighborhood characteristics, and availability of properties within the desired price range, right? Because a $450,000 house in Los Angeles looks a hell of a lot different than a $450,000 house in Alabama, right? Okay, so if there's any preferences or considerations related to the style of home that the Johnson family would like. So perfect. Let's do that. Rewrite. Victoria, where are you located? Where do you sell real estate?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Cool. So so I just said rewrite with Charlotte, North Carolina as location. Boom. It'll rewrite the exact same thing with those details. And again, you can then confirm and look and see, okay, can you get between $400,000 and $750,000 with that, location in what they're describing. Okay. So it gives you that. Now write me 10 pieces of TikTok. ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... use SEO keywords in the captions written within. Okay, now write me 10 pieces of TikTok content. Hashtags. Use SEO keywords in the caption written within. Cool. Let's see what it does. Awesome. Transforming our Charlotte backyard into a family oasis. Watch us create the perfect outdoor space and bloom. Oh, I should say this. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Exploring Charlotte's hidden gems. Join us as we uncover the best local parks, trails, and attractions. Why is this cool? This is cool. Do you see how smart this is? Home tour time. Step inside our beautifully renovated Charlotte home. Get inspired, blah, blah, blah. And again, like obviously perspective here, you got to, you're going to change up a little bit to see this, but literally this is by adding the SEO stuff, you guys, this is going to make your content more findable. When people are typing in, I'm moving to Charlotte, best neighborhoods in Charlotte, like they're literally inputting your hashtags and searchable, clickable things in your captions for you. This is cool. I like you guys, I already know it does this. And every time I input something, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I get stoked and excited about it because literally you guys, this is going to make our jobs easier. It's not going to replace us. It's going to make our jobs easier, more fun, and we're actually going to be more efficient and be able to help our clients better. That's why I'm stoked about it. So, and for those of you that don't know, SEO is search engine optimization. So it's what I was describing. It's when you want your captions and your hashtags, everything that you put out on the internet to be search engine optimized so that when people are looking for what you're selling, they find you and not your competitor. Okay. So that being said, like, honestly, if this is all we talked about and these are all the ideas that you got, like off and running, there you go. This is worth it. Well, it's free. You didn't pay anything anyway. So I want to transition into a couple things. I want to do a Q&A because I'm sure there's some questions here. And if you want me to do, other stuff, we can definitely do that. But you guys, this is the type of stuff that I, on a weekly basis, do with the people that I coach and that are with on my team. So I just at least wanted to let you know about those resources. I know we got some new people in here that I've never met before. So I do have a couple different options. And I'm going to just tell you guys to join the community. So I've got a Discord channel. I'm going to put all this in here so you can find me. The Discord channel, it's for free. You join it. It's a community of real estate agents where we come together. We share our ideas. We, do trainings together. We have an office that you can pop in there and work with other people all over the place. So super awesome community there. I'm going to send you guys a link here in just a minute. And then please sign up for my newsletter if you're not on there already. I don't spam you, don't worry. But I do give free tips, tricks, handouts, whatever, just on a periodic basis. So that way you can stay up with all of that kind of stuff and hear about things like these types of webinars. I'm going to start doing these probably once a month with different topics to just help you guys better in your business. And then I do, for those of you who really want to level up your game, I do have coaching programs, both group and one-on-one. So those are everything that I'm talking about here, all the ways to find me. A State of Jen on every social media platform you can think of. I've got a link in bio there that you can find all of that. So that being said, what questions can I answer for you guys? Or did I just answer everything you ever wanted to know about ChatGPT? Okay, while you guys are thinking of your questions, feel free to, you can unmute and just shout it out and let me know. But you guys, I do want to capitalize on the importance of SEO in your social media creation. Facts don't care about your feelings. I don't care what you feel about it. SEO has to be something that you think about and are intentional about when you create it, which is why ChatGPT is going to help you with that, because now you don't have to just like figure it out and do all the research. It can literally tell you. So I'm going to actually put this into a new chat and say, explain. I'm literally going to ask it, why is this important? Don't just take it from me. ChatGPT. Oh my goodness. You guys, you say it 10 times fast. Is important in social media content creation. And this is also, again, another prompt to give you ideas on what to ask it. Can you imagine if we had this when we were in high school? Like, I don't know how they're going to handle that. By the way, just little things too. This is completely, entirely unregulated right now. So I don't know, like, if any of you even care, but like, just know that right as of right now, it's unregulated. So it's the Wild West of AI. And are there going to be rules and things, laws changing about that? Probably. But this specifically, obviously, is about real estate, and you know, it can go all different sorts of crazy ideas, but in any case, I just want you to realize how you can actually learn with this tool and have it enhance your learning, not replace your learning and make you dumb. This is actually just making you a better learner. And as you use it, you're actually going to understand, like, oh, and it's going to teach you a way to how to think and how to ask it even better questions to give you even better outputs. Okay, so in the chat, let me look in the chat. It's like there. Yes. Oh, another thing you guys can do, and I'm going to answer some of these questions, is you can tell it, say, talk to me as if I'm a 5th grader learning level. Explain it to me. So for example, this answer that it just gave me, so SEO is the practice of optimizing online content to improve its visibility and ranking it, and blah, 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 this entire thing, right? Tell me as if I am a 5th grader. See, and you've understood what I was saying. Sure, I'll explain it in a simpler way for you. When we use social media, like Facebook, Instagram, we want our posts to be seen by many people. SEO helps us do that. It's like a special way of making our posts more visible to others. Think of social media like a big library, and your posts are books. When someone wants to find a specific book in the library, they use a special system called a search engine. SEO is like organizing your books in a way that makes it easier for the search engine to find them. Boom. Thank you. Because that first description, I already was like, whoa, way too much. Okay. So these are just literally everything that I'm doing right now is so that you can go do the same thing, but whatever business, whatever way that you want to, whatever way you want to use it. Also, after this, you shouldn't have to ask your principal broker, your team leader, whatever, a hell of a lot less questions when you have this, because if you just took the time to be like, okay, I actually like, this is way too much, and you will learn how to actually get the answers that you need. Okay. So can ChatGPT make educated guesses on our real estate micro markets? That's a fantastic question to just pop right into ChatGPT. So again, if you don't know if the system can do that, ask it. Oh, whoops. I wanted to just copy and paste that. Let's see if it'll let me. There we go. Can ChatGPT make educated guesses on our real estate micro markets? That's a great question, Juan. It says, as an AI language model, I can provide general information and insights based on historical data and trends. Because remember, it learned all of the internet as recent as September of 2021. Okay. So a lot has happened between September 2021 to where we are today. So it's important to note real estate market is highly complex and dynamic, and making accurate predictions about specific micro markets is challenging, even for experts in the field, right? That's even hard for us. So that makes sense what it's saying. So you can ask it to just give its opinion based off of live current events. So you could ask it to do that. So for example, Juan, I know that you're in the Vancouver, Washington market, or let's just call it Southwest Washington. So can you, let's see, what would you want to know? What is the general estate landscape in Southwest Washington state? Oops. Cool. So you can ask it, and it's going to say growing population, strong demand, limited inventory, rising home prices, commuter friendly. I'm actually also in this area. All of those things are true. but it takes you as the expert, right, to then expand on this. But imagine having all of those things to now you can create social media content, you can create emails out of this to send to people. This can actually help you guys in your conversations. What are your most common objections that all of you struggle with answering? How do you combat when a buyer says, well, I don't know if I can afford with all the interest rates, right? You can input that. What are some objection handlers for a buyer like who doesn't really know much about real estate, or maybe they're first timers and they're afraid to even look into buying a house because they just keep hearing news headlines that interest rates are high. Okay. Let's see. So if it's a current market question, you have to definitely provide the data, the numbers, current government interest rates, all of those types of things. So you could make this even better. Like, so let's say, you know, all of this is generally accurate about your area. You could be like, oh, by the way, we have Intel is moving into our area, or Facebook is starting up a whatever, like, because maybe it doesn't know that. Maybe, you know, a large company like one of those, or Microsoft is moving here, whatever it might be, is moving into our area. And that was announced in 2023. Maybe last month, everyone just found out, or Amazon is moving a headquarters here. So that type of stuff will then update, obviously, its information and adjust based on the current events that you know as the local expert. So let's do this. What info? Oops, about my good. Would you need, so let's say you're like, oh, I want to give it more specifics. What would I do? You can ask it. What info about my market would you need to know to get a more accurate output? Remember, everything's an output. Whatever you input, all of this stuff, all the responses you're getting, it's an output. What goes in must come out. So here it tells you location. So if there's a specific area in the city, current market conditions, again, it would be useful to know if the market is currently experiencing a buyer's market where supply exceeds demand, or a seller's market, or is it balanced? Historical trends, information about recent trends in terms of home prices, appreciation, inventory levels, economic factors, job growth, unemployment, inventory levels, because it may not know a specific city, right? It may just have general unemployment numbers. The best practice is to always ask chat if it needs more info, if you feel like you're unsure, or maybe you're a real estate agent and you just moved to a new location and you don't know about that area as much. You can ask it that, like, hey, what else would I need to know to be a successful real estate agent to really know about this or about this location? Okay, same type of thing. So because it only has that data from 2021, that recent stuff has to be included if you want like local and current data and information from it. Make sense?
Question for you.
Yes.
What have you tried? I just thought of this. Have you tried asking it what questions to ask it? Like saying, like, what questions should I ask you to optimize my real estate business? And will it give you a list of prompts that you can just put in, like, right back into it to like get the best answers because it already knows what questions you should be asking it?
Yes. However, so yes, for the short answer, but you would want to ask for prompts. Like, what prompt should I input? Because everything that I'm doing, that I'm typing into this message section, those are all called prompts. So it'll give you better outputs if you are using the verbiage that it knows and understands. Okay. So everything I'm writing here are prompts.
Right.
So like, what prompts should I use to whatever it is? So, and also you want to be more specific. So why, like, and I know you're just giving me an example. You're like, hey, like, can I ask it what questions to ask? Yes, but what specifically do you want to know? Right? Like, do you want to know, how do I lead generate in this type of area? Like, what types of lead generation strategies would be best for this area? Right? Or what type of marketing should I do for a listing, you know, or what kind of questions should I ask to a potential seller in this, like, you know, so the more specific you can be about what it is that you want to know, or what questions, or if you, like, again, you don't know what you don't know, as much info as you can give it, it'll help you give even better questions. So if you can set it up that way. So here, let's do this. I want Oops. And I always like to just throw in a please and a thank you. It doesn't, you know what, it really, it doesn't have feelings, but I just like to be polite. And I have a theory, it's totally not scientifically backed or based, but I have a feeling that like when you say please and you're kind to it, it actually it gives me better stuff. And you guys have seen iRobot, remember? So, okay, so I want you to, let's do this, generate prompts. I can ask you to marketing advice for my business. So most of you're like, okay, I want to, I want you to generate prompts. I can ask you to have you generate marketing advice for my business. Okay. So boom. Yes. And I call him, my name for ChatGPT is Claude. So you can call him that if you want, or name him whatever you'd like. So thank you, Claude. Here are several prompts. How can I improve the SEO of my business website? Love that. What social media strategy should my business consider to reach a wider audience? Love that. And so then you literally start copying and pasting, creating all these new chats, and you can expand on those. So here we go. Let's let it, if it stops, sometimes you can, there we go. Boom. Remember, the more specific you are about business, when asking these questions, the more tailored. So I'm going to input in here, what info do you need from me to make these prompts better? And he kind of already told me down here below, but I want to be even more specific. And I said, thank you, because, he's doing all the work. To make these prompts more specific to your business, industry. Are you in retail, technology, food and beverage, whatever? And obviously I didn't specify real estate in this whole thread. That's why. Target audience, business size and stage, current market strategies, the goals that you have. That's great. What are your, so, okay, again, give me some ideas for, marketing my business and, what should I do? It's like, well, what are your goals? Are you trying to go from selling 4 homes a year to 8, or are you trying to go from selling 20 homes a year to 100 homes a year? That, talk about context of what you should be doing, right? So let's see. Let's try this. Let's see. Let's try to ask me with, okay. Well, scratch that. Anyway, you get the picture of what I'm saying, right? So the smarter you are, like, okay, when you have to go to ask a question, you ever had a conversation with somebody that you're talking about the same thing, even with like 2 different buyers, right? They could be in the same price point. They could be in the same, if you've worked with multiple people and you've got one buyer who asks you really good questions, and like the conversation flows, and by the end of it, you're like, man, that went so well. Like, they asked me really good questions. Let's call them first-time home buyers, right? Some first-time home buyers, you're like, wow, they did their research. They actually, even though they've never done this before, this is going to go so much better than the normal, because they're actually prepared and they have some sort of clue because they did some research, versus you've talked to other first-time home buyers that literally have absolutely no clue and they don't ask good questions. And so the conversation's awkward. You left the conversation feeling like, oh God, there's so many things that like they don't know, or that like I didn't discuss, because they went down rabbit trails. It's the same type of thing with this. So the more educated that you can come into the table, again, imagining that this is a conversation you're having with a person, that will help you. So, this was a lot. And so I have all of your guys' emails. I'm going to follow up. And yes, I know someone said, hey, you missed the part, Heather, where I had all the example prompts. So what I'm going to do is package up some of those prompts and the ideas and email it to you guys for attending. And also, because you guys attended and made it this far, I'm also going to give you guys a promo code to my coaching programs. So I'm just launching them. I'm soft launching this month, and then they're going to be launching next month is the hard date for both starting the group coaching and the one-on-one. And you get 20% off with Besties. So BESTIES. Again, link in my bio, you guys, to sign up for those. Actually, let me just paste it all for you right here so you can copy it right now. And so all of these links right here, you can sign up for my newsletter, go join the Discord. Those things are for free. And then if you want the coaching information, that's all there too. So I just posted 3 different hyperlinks in there, but code Besties if you want 20% off for any of my coaching programs. So I'm going to do a part 2 next month, you guys, and continue to do webinars like on different topics like this that are current events and things that you guys want to know. So any feedback, definitely give it to me, but also join the newsletter so that you can hear about any future upcoming webinars. You guys, we have 3 minutes left. Is there any burning questions that you have? Any other examples you want me to go over with you real quick while we have a couple minutes left?
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't here for the entire thing. I had to step away, but did you talk about how to use ChatGPT for newsletters? How to,
Yes. And we touched on that. But if you want to do something specific for newsletters, you can say, let's say you want to do it monthly. You can say, and if anyone else has a question, go ahead. I'll type this in, but if you have something else too, go ahead and just shout it out or put it in the chat and I can answer it too. Write me a year's worth of for my database. And again, you would be more specific than that. My database is XYZ, and this is the location that I'm in, blah, 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 just for the sake of time, you can do something like that. And here you go. In this month's edition, we will discuss blah, 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 current market outlook, spotlight a property. That's a great idea. Tips for homeowners, real estate investing insights, and local community events. Love it. Boom. And then you could take that and say, and then you can tell it like, break this out, give me 12 different emails for once a month. But this just gave you the first month. So you can actually say, write me month 2, and so you could keep expounding on that. But yes, even with that little bit of information, this was a decent start to an email newsletter. So, and at the end of the day, if you just ask Claude, it's easier for me to say, if you just ask Claude in plain language, just how would you ask me X? You just type it in. And as you can see, I mean, there's really you can't mess this up because it's not public information. If you, and I've done this before where I'll go down a track where like what I'm asking it, I'm obviously not inputting it what it needs to give me the output I want. So sometimes I'll just literally delete it and start a whole new talk track and just try something different, which is why I absolutely believe you should just spend some time learning this. But honestly, you guys, everything I just told you is what I have been learning for months. The past 6 months, I've been playing around with this. I've been, learning how to use it. And so you're welcome. I just took 6 months of learning and gave it to you in less than an hour. So take this stuff, use it, and let me know how it goes in your business and how, it's working for you. So any last questions? Otherwise, I will let you guys go. Check out those things. The link in my bios. Please go follow me. I love you guys. I am so happy you came. Thank you so much. I love coaching, training agents. It's what I do. So reach out to me if you have any questions. If you want to learn more, you can always schedule a call with me as well. So most important thing to remember, you guys, about this. So at the end of the day, how you would ask a person, how you'd ask me a question. That's how you do this. So that's how you use the chat. So thank you guys again for coming, and I will keep you posted on any upcoming webinars that we'll be doing on a monthly basis. So thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.